One ways players can develop mental toughness outside of the gym, challenging themselves daily. Your biggest competition is you. You're not in competition with me. You're not in competition with Jay. You're not in competition with nobody. You're in competition with yourself. So being in competition with yourself, how can you challenge yourself? How can you challenge yourself? So I had some coworkers astonished the other day. I told them, I said, I don't eat chicken. I said, you don't eat chicken? I said, no, I stopped eating chicken about 6 years ago. Well, it started because I challenged myself. I said, who's tougher, my flesh or my mind? And I stopped eating chicken for 3 days. And I was able to do it for 3 days. And after 3 days, I said, let me see if I can go 7. And then I went 7. Now I'm a competitor, right? Now I'm in competition with myself. I'm not going to let me beat me, if that makes sense, right? And so then the 7 days went to 14. Now, after 14 days, I got on the scale and I was 11 pounds lighter, just because of all of the, things that they pump into chickens, right? And so, like the stuff they pump into chicken. So I said, man, if I can do this for 14 days, let me just see how long I can do it. So it started out as a mental thing, but then guess what happened? I built up a habit. Like from the mental toughness, then came a habit, right? Now that habit, I don't really need it. I don't really want it because I don't really have to have it. So athletes have to know that they're their own competition, one, and then they have to challenge themselves. And challenging themselves goes back to making decisions. Make a decision. If it doesn't go right, make the adjustment. That's going to be mentally tough, right? But just doing those things, challenging themselves. Even back in high school, right? My buddy and we would go and run hills, and we would tell the other one, if you don't run this last hill, you can't go out tonight. The same thing we used to do in college. If you go out on Thursday night and you got an 8 o'clock or a Friday class and you don't go to class, you can't go out with us the next night. Like there's always some sort of incentive or challenge that they have to pose to themselves. And that's why we see buddy ball a lot of times, because athletes aren't able to challenge themselves. So it's that much more difficult to challenge their defender or their opponent. So start challenging yourself. Start having your athlete challenge themselves. And that's going to ultimately build up mental toughness.